but the meal before additional gratuity was $900.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to talk about our experience at Remy on the Disney Dream.
So Remy is one of their adult-only kind of extra pay restaurants.
Yeah.
And it's got a theme to it.
Remy.
Yeah, but it's not super heavily themed.
No, not at all. You wouldn't notice it.
Some of their other restaurants, like Enchante, at least in my opinion, a little more obvious theming.
Right. Enchante is themed after Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. And they actually have like a little light as you're walking down the hallway. He greets you. This one is more in the fashion of the restaurant that was in Ratatouille. There's no actual characters.
So after being seated, our meal began with a glass of champagne and some canapes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to be sweet, but they were actually fairly savory and earthy. After the canapes, we actually ordered the extra starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed us an option. There
Treat
was,
yourself.
yeah, you're at Remy on the
Yeah.
Disney Dream. They had a caviar option and they had a Miyazaki beef option.
Right. I got the caviar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it actually, they split it up for us. I think they understood that we were sharing
Kinda sharing
anyway.
the
Yeah. So
experiences.
you could say basically we bought one of each and then we just shared it.
Yeah, and yours came with a Sauvignon Blanc.
Mm-hmm.
And the Miyazaki beef, I got the 2-ounce serving and it came with champagne. After that came the amuse-bouche and the bread. Yeah, and the amuse-bouche was that same savory foam with the gnocchi in it.
Yes. Yeah.
Did I say gnocchi correctly?
You did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After the amuse-bouche and the bread, we began to get into the actual meal experience.
Yeah.
Why don't you run through what your menu options were and what you chose?
Okay, so my first course was the tomato 5 ways. If you've eaten at Enchante, it's identical. So it was the tomato bruschetta bread with the tomato vinaigrette to dip, and then the tomato tart and the tomato water, which is wonderful. It's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I had a lobster course. And I had the pollock, which is really nice. It's very moist. Usually when you get pollock, it comes out real flaky, but the way they sous vide it, it comes out fully cooked, but also with the texture of raw almost. It was like
Almost like a tartare.
Or I was going to say ceviche. Kinda,
yeah. But not cold.
But not cold. No, it is hot. And then after that was chicken. And then for dessert was a strawberry course. It was tart.
Yeah, and yours was called the Savor Experience.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they have an a la carte menu, and they have 2 different price fix menus you can order from. And this was the Savor, and you did the wine experience.
Yes.
So for each course, they're paired with a glass of wine.
Right.
And then I ordered from the other price fix menu, and this allowed us to really
We wanted to try all
everything.
of it. Yeah.
Mine was called I'm sure it's called the Gouet or something, but it's spelled gout. So I got the gout menu and I paired it with the champagne experience. My meals were king salmon, toothfish, lamb, Wagyu beef, and then a chocolate, I don't know if it's a tart or a pie, but it was a slice of a chocolate dessert.
Yeah.
And the champagne journey, it actually started with the Dom Perignon 2013. And then there was a rosé. Then there's 2 other bottles that I don't remember because they don't leave them at the table for you to see. They just kind of walk up and pour,
Right,
and they tell
yeah.
you what it is, but it's
They move pretty swiftly.
yeah. And then there was a Moe Ice because you can't do anything on a Disney
No,
cruise
they
without
really
getting
like
a
the
glass of Moe
Moe
Ice. It's everywhere.
It is.
It's the official drink
right.
of the Disney Cruise Line. And so after we'd had our meal,
Mhm.
we had coffees
Right. And second dessert.
and second dessert. The drip coffee was really just like big espresso.
Yeah.
And then I got a double shot espresso. And they brought out a selection of chocolates and some other sweets.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Enchante.
It
You know,
is.
you kind of follow that same structure.
Right.
And they bring out the extra at
And
the
if
end.
you're celebrating, they bring out the domed egg with the
Yes.
little chocolate torte on the inside, and we had a piece of that, and then they bring you chocolates too,
Mhm.
which we ended up bringing home because you're stuffed by the time.
Oh,
it
yeah.
comes
Yeah.
with-
Plan on a to-go bag.
Yes.
Yeah. Really, so that was the meal. I mean, while it took 2.5 hours, I don't know that you all need a 2.5 hour explanation of it. But what are your kind of final thoughts on it?
It's a really lovely experience. It's very chill, and we got sat early, so we got to watch the sunset on the ocean, which was really nice. But it is a very expensive experience.
Yeah, the meal, and we budget quite a bit ahead for
Yeah.
this, so don't think this is like how we roll. But the meal before additional gratuity was $900.
Hmm.
You know, and we did do the extras, and we
Right.
did
We
do
we
the
pretty much did it all.
yeah,
So you can do a la carte and pick and choose,
yeah,
but go into it knowing.
yeah. And I think next time we probably will do
Oh yeah.
a la carte.
Yeah, we've had the experience now. I feel like we can just
Yeah,
like do a little bit more casual enjoying.
I think the only, I guess, disappointment for me was how similar this was to Enchante, which we just did
Right.
on the Wish.
Yep.
It was not just a similar menu,
No, there
uh,
were some things that were exactly the
exactly
same,
the same.
which they are fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I did think that it was going to be a totally different restaurant experience.
So I'd say if you've done Enchante on the Wish, or if you've done Remy on the Dream, you
Right.
probably don't need to do the other one unless you either love the experience so
Oh,
much
sure.
that you want to do it again,
Yeah.
or if you want to switch it up. And I
Hmm.
think we'll probably do it again, but switch it up
Yeah.
with the a la carte or maybe the brunch.
Hmm.
So overall, though, fantastic experience.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
I look forward to doing it again in a different way on
Hmm.
our next cruise.
Right.
All right, and that's our experience at Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's pretty much
try
it.
and keep it short and sweet.
It's dinner, y'all.
Yeah. So if you found this useful or helpful, or if you just enjoyed hearing about Remy, please consider subscribing, hitting like, or leaving a comment, asking a question. If you disagree with something we said, there's probably
Yeah.
another channel you can complain to, or just let us know. We'd love to actually hear any feedback.
Absolutely.
So, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.